Well, well, well. We are live. Do, 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 do. Post this real quick. Do, 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 do. Bring up old Zira. Zira.
Yes, Commander.
Just wanted to see if you's there. Zira, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I want to go hunt us some vegans, florists, and space flowers.
That's what I'm talking about, Zira. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that here in a little bit. First, good morning to everybody. I just got up a little bit ago. Things are crazy. Crazy. I'll make sure. Yep, it's working like it's supposed to. Alright, Zero. Let's get comfy. Because we got a long fight on our hands, I have a feeling. I have a feeling this ain't gonna go smooth. Let's get in the old cockpit here. First thing I saw when I freaking got to my ship was this.
Titan Kosiho devastates Sol system. The Thargoid Titan Kosiho has arrived in the Sol system, positioning itself in orbit around Earth. Kosiho's arrival unleashed a devastating regional assault by the remaining Thargoid invasion fleet. In Sol, only Mars High, Galileo and Haviland Survey remain functional, albeit damaged, with all other ports knocked offline by Thargoid attack. Farragut battlecruisers FNS Nero and FNS Erebus have been destroyed, while FNS Victory and FNS Tranda are marshalling system defense efforts. Thousands of AX fleet vessels have been lost to the initial conflict. 16 other systems were assaulted near Seoul, triggering a massive refugee crisis as billions of civilians remain stranded in the region. Rescue megaships are en route to support evacuation efforts. Starship One has successfully arrived in Eta Cassiopeia, with President Winters and members of her cabinet on board. Aidan Tanner, military advisor for Aegis, provided the following statement. This is it, folks. The Thargoids have made their final attempt at checkmate. The birthplace of humanity and the center of the Federation. Sol. Titan Kosiho has chosen to bring the fight to the core of human space. This is a fight like nothing we've ever seen. The Thargoids are hitting us aggressively and in huge numbers, with the Titan directly leading the attack. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that we've got a war to win. Civilians need our help, and Federal AX forces need our support. If you've got a ship and you're willing to get involved, do so now. Humanity is going to remember this fight forever.
Now, as a member of the Empire, I want you to understand that the Federation, there's a reason that the Thargoids are attacking the Federation. Alright? There's reasons behind this. Oh, I also got this transmission. Hold on a second, let me bring it up. A warning, it is not it is pretty graphic, okay? So let's bring it up. Make sure it is up and running. Yes. It is up and running. Make sure I got sound. There we go. Alright, let's play this thing. Warning, it is graphic.
We've lost contact with Columbus Station. Nothing. No signals. Columbus Station.
Try again. Frequency shouldn't be happening.
Large orbital, come in, please.
How is this possible?
Force offline. Begin evacuation.
We have massive incoming. Request immediate support. 17 completed.
Get that fire out! We're under attack. Repeat. All hands.
Yeah, so we got that. Now I thought we would go over the lore of the Thargoids. Okay? Let's start with what it shows us in our ship. What does it tell us about Thargoids in our ship? See, right there. The Thargoids were not aggressive, okay? The Thargoids were not an aggressive race. Not to begin with. The Thargoids are a non-human race with a history of hostility towards humanity. Shall we play it? I'll just read it to you. First recorded encounter with the Thargoid ship took place in 2849. although earlier in undocumented accounts are believed to have taken place. Humanity clashed with the Thargoids in the 32nd century, but details of the conflict remained scarce for many years, and it proved difficult to differentiate authentic accounts of Thargoid encounters from the sensationalist media stories of the time. But the discovery of the abandoned INRA bases in 3303 did a lot to let us know what was going on. INRA, which was a federal imperial initiative established in 3193, was responsible for researching the Thargoids and developing technologies to counter their aggression. But the organization's lack of accountability meant that the details of its research did not come to light until years after dissolution. The Imperials got out. The Empire got out. Almost all reliable data comes from INRA facilities. This data, originally deemed highly confidential, was declassified in 3304 following a resolution from the federal government, an imperial decree. Basically, the Imperials said basically the Imperials released it. Some controversy over the backing and funding of the INRA remains, however. So you want to know who was it that who was it? We can get further into it. You have queens, princess, and drones. Queens function as reproducers. Average Thargoid queen is at least as intelligent as a human being, while the typical drone possesses more blah blah blah. Evidence suggests that the queens live hundreds or even thousands of years. By the way, Aegis is basically what's left over of INRA. They've been observed emitting a complex array of sounds. The hulls are typically emblazoned with one of several symbols, meaning of which is unknown. They're saying that some say there's two different types of Thargoids, two different races. And here's where basically it all started. Here's how basically it started. We were in their territory. We found some resources and shit, and we didn't know exactly what they were. We were taking those resources. These guys show up and say, "Hey, man," they scan us, and they're like, and if you had nothing in your ship, they just moved on. But if you had some of their shit, we were coming to their house and stealing shit. Basically, that's what we were doing. We were going into their territory and we were stealing shit. And then they started saying, "Hey, give us our shit." So they would interdict ships, literally take all their cargo, kind of like they're doing now with the humans that were taken from Sol. If you've taken humans from Sol to the rescue ship, they'll interdict you. They'll literally take all the shit out of your cargo hold or your passengers, and then they move on. You can basically leave. So then we decided to bomb them with a biological weapon known as the mycoid virus. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's kind of like the caustic. It's kind of like our version of the caustic shit. So we were doing to them what they're doing to us. It digests the material of which the ship was made. Mycoid proved to be deleterious effect on both, leading to the swift elimination of Thargoids active in human occupied space at the time. That was the Thargoid virus that we released. 3151. Now, the Thargoids go all the way back to war, way back. But let's look at some of their. Ooh, they have scar like patterns. Thargoid mothership. Mm-hmm. This is why Guardian technology works against Thargoids, in case you wondered. Because the Guardians were actually fighting the Thargoids way back in the day. Let's see what they say the agendas. Thargoids do not attack indiscriminately. There you go. Now you know. Like, there's no reason for the Empire to even worry. Or most Alliance, or they're not gonna like take over all of humanity. They're just fighting Soul because these idiots started it. See, he holds the view that Thargoid aggression is a product of territorialism. They seed an area with barnacles, laying claim to it, and return, sometimes many centuries later, to harvest the extracted resources. Any life form advanced enough to compete with them for the territory is treated as an enemy and summarily attacked. Professor Palin concurs with this view, adding that Thargoids are apparently so determined to eliminate any threats to their long-term survival, they will not tolerate any advanced species in close proximity. So, all we have to do is stay out of their territory. In the territory, it's not like they have all of space. Nope, they don't. So let's go a little bit deeper. Is it going to talk about? Let's talk about. Let's see if they bring it. Let's see if it's in here. He's not in here. Interesting. Let's see if the corporations are in here. Not in here. You got to do your own. Aegis is a trilateral commission. Third, 3 or 4, they relocated to Seoul. See, now we could have just went out of. We just could have got ourselves out of the Pleiades Nebula, because that's where the Thargoids come from. So Aegis, by the way, which is located in Seoul, has the Sentinel in the Thargoids' home territory. Aegis is under scrutiny. Whose sister cannot be trusted. That's right. Criticism is focused on the parallels between Aegis and INRA, a defunct federal imperial initiative established in 3125 during the first human-Thargoid conflict. They're saying that Aegis is guilty of the same unethical and unregulated activity conducted by the INRA. Scant evidence of unscrupulous conduct. Yeah, well. Now let's bring this back up here. And let's see what old Drew has to say about stuff. Okay?
One of the official authors who contributed to the narrative. If you're just starting out and want a guide to the background lore, you've come to the right place. This is the lore of the Thargoids.
Tell him, Drew. You know what? It's not coming through, is it? Let's try it again. Why it's not coming through? I do not know. We'll fix that.
You've come to the right place. This is the lore of the Thargoids. The Thargoids are typically described as an aggressive insectoid extraterrestrial life form. This description falls short of their true nature in a number of respects. Much of the established narrative of the Thargoids paints them as a vicious and indefatigable enemy of humanity, which serves the needs of both the military-industrial complex of the major powers, the needs of the populist politicians, and also trigger-happy commanders to whom, as they pithily state, the only good bug is a dead bug. In truth, the Thargoids are rather more nuanced. However, there are other records dating from the middle of the 29th century, with various specific dates including 2849 and 20 difficult to establish. However, sources and also trigger-happy commanders to whom much of the established narrative of the Thargoids paints them as a vicious and indefatigable enemy of humanity, which serves the needs of both the military-industrial complex of the major powers, the needs of the populist politicians, and also trigger-happy commanders to whom, as they pithily state, the only good bug is a dead bug. In truth,
this is the important part.
The Thargoids are rather more nuanced. Dates for humanity's first encounter with this intriguing race are difficult to establish. However, sources state that the first encounter with Thargoids occurred in the year 3125. However, there are other records dating from the middle of the 29th century, with various specific dates including 2849 and 2851 being cited. This coincides approximately with the era of commoditized space travel, and it seems reasonable to assume that as humanity spread out into the void, encounters with other life forms were more likely to occur.
Yeah, so basically, we're out there. What up, PI? What up, Rob? What up, DJ? Sorry. So, yeah, See, so we went out there, we're exploring, and we come across some aliens, okay? And these aliens are not aggressive at the start. Anyway, let's continue our little history lesson of the Goids.
In this era, it was considered that humanity was, almost certainly, the only sapient species in the galaxy, so contact with an alien spacefaring race came as something of a shock and was widely disbelieved, despite many ships inexplicably going missing. Galcop reportedly triangulated the reports and noted that they clustered towards the Pleiades star cluster. Unfortunately, most of these records were lost in the collapse.
So yeah, Pleiades. Okay, Pleiades. That's where they come from. That's where they come from. We went over there. We decided to go ahead and start harvesting their freaking babies. Basically, is what we're doing. We're harvesting babies. Okay. So these freaking people who are anti-Xeno, they're literally, as Drew put it, they're trigger happy. They're trigger happy freaking freaks. And all they're just part of the military industrial complex, and all they're looking for is a reason to fight something. All right, and there's big money. As a matter of fact, look at how much people are spending on quote unquote pre-built bug hunters. Pre-built bug hunters. Yep. Everybody's buying. Look at all them all the Guardian technology is being sold, all these enhanced X. Everybody making money, boy. Making money left and right. All right, let's get back.
Of Galcop. The earlier non-official reports claimed that the Thargoids were encountered in the Velier's star system. Reports suggest the New Africa colony in the system encountered Thargoid vessels, and an aggressive federal response was organized, with federal warships locating the alien vessels, opening fire upon them, and destroying them with no attempt to communicate. Official federal sources claim these reports are a fabrication, pointing to the fact that there is no star system called Velier's on the galactic map. Today, there are two New Africa colonies, one in the Zelada system and one in Ypsilon Indi. Both lay claim to being the Thargoid first contact point, but only for the tourism benefits this now brings. There is little to substantiate either of their claims.
There you go. So if you want to go see where the first contact was, there you go. There's where they are. Since you're out there, PI, you can go check it out.
Regardless, Thargoid hostility to humanity is noted from this time forward. 8-sided Thargoid vessels were encountered by human pilots and were seen to attack on sight with no communication or provocation, which has been a constant ever since. Victories against the alien vessels were few. Thargoid ships were reported to be large, powerful, swift, and deadly, with shield strength and weaponry of greater power and range than the typical human-piloted vessels of the time. In particular, Thargoid vessels appear to operate using some kind of reactionless space drive. Footage shows the alien ships had no traditional exhaust vectoring as do human vessels, and appeared to be able to move contrary to Newton's second law of motion, though this has never been fully established. Further reports indicated that the Thargoids had significantly more flexible and advanced grasp on the concept of hyperspace travel. Accounts suggested that Thargoid vessels were able to hover in witch space and intercept human vessels traveling through hyperspace, ambushing them and forcing them out into normal.
See, look, there's a picture of a bunch of their eggs. Those are their babies. Yeah, that's what we're doing, harvesting babies.
Space before attempting to destroy them. Thargoid vessels were merciless in combat, never standing down until they were destroyed. They also demonstrated remarkable levels of automation, being able to deploy small supplementary craft, quickly nicknamed Thargons by the pilot community, able to act autonomously and join the attack, often easily overwhelming even combined human vessel firepower. The historical records of Galcop appear to indicate that their naval fleets were engaged in a series of war zones against the Thargoids.
Now you guys can see right here clearly that these are space flowers. Okay? It's obvious. And now you guys know why I blame the florists. This all goes way back in time to the birthplace of the florist. Okay? first people who decided they were just going to chop off the heads of flowers and give them to each other as presents. Okay? All right? The next time you see a bouquet, understand that's a bunch of damn flowers. And understand. Okay, I'm trying to not be. I'm not real serious about it, but it is a fun. It is fun. Theory, right? It blamed the florists. Can you not hear the screams of the tulips?
Though the location of these zones remains unclear. Certainly, Galcop-registered pilots were fully aware of the Thargoid threat, as their pilot manuals warned of the danger of alien vessels, claiming that pilots should consider a Thargoid vessel an elite-level threat. Propaganda of the time even suggested that Thargoid pilots had their fear glands removed. Technology was certainly spurred on by the perceived threat, and it was suggested that ECM and improved hyperspace capability was reverse engineered from captured Thargoid wrecks. Overall, Thargoid technology was overwhelmingly superior to anything humanity was able to field at the time.
Run away, little boy.
This conflict continued for many decades. Though the Thargoid motivation was unclear, they didn't appear to be attempting to gain any particular territory, and their goals remained elusive.
Did you hear that? They were literally just defending themselves. It's kind of like if, let's just say China, for instance, decided to invade America. Would we fight? Hell yeah, we'd fight. What if the French decided to freaking invade England? Would you fight? Hell yeah, you'd fight. Okay.
Then, abruptly, they disappeared.
Disappeared.
The detail of how this conflict was won, now known as the First Thargoid War, will be the subject of an upcoming article, as its complexity warrants a more detailed overview. Suffice to say, humanity engineered a deadly virus capable of destroying not only the Thargoid hyperdrives, but the Thargoids themselves.
Basically, what we came up with was an insecticide, or a herbicide, is what we came up with. A herbicide is basically what it was. It's kind of like Agent Orange, except different. Okay? And what we did is we sprayed them. We sprayed them with it.
A clandestine organisation known as the Intergalactic Naval Reserve Arm, or INRA, was responsible for the capture of live Thargoid specimens, operational vessels, and the resultant research.
That's right. They were literally cutting up and torturing Thargoids alive.
The virus,
Kind of like florists do when they're pruning their little flowers.
was supremely successful. As a result, the Thargoids were gone from human space by the year 3151, presumed eradicated, and knowledge of them was deliberately suppressed from this point forward, until by the 34th century they were considered a space myth or a baseless rumour by most. Scattered reports from the Alliance around the year 3250 indicate that missions were planned to ascertain where any remaining Thargoids had retreated to. Some accounts have a pilot returning in a captured Thargoid vessel, but these have not been substantiated.
So you hear that? We went out looking for them. Okay, we couldn't just leave them alone. Oh no, we couldn't just leave them alone. We had to go looking for them, and then we're stealing their shit. Okay, you hearing this, right?
Notably, INRA itself was disbanded shortly afterwards, in the year 3253. In 3301, strange artifacts were discovered in the vicinity of the Pleiades star cluster. These artifacts were organic in nature and had the odd effect of interfering with human technology, often shutting it down or otherwise rendering it inoperable. It was later found that these objects were Thargoid in origin.
Oh yeah, did you hear that? Okay, so we found some stuff. We decided for some reason to steal it too.
Alongside the
And it ends up being Thargoid shit.
artifacts, curious growths nicknamed barnacles were found on the surface of some planets in the region. Organic wreckage was also discovered. The purpose
Barnacles, aka Thargoid babies.
of all these finds remained a mystery for a period of time. On January the 5th, 3303, Commander D.P. Sayer became the first human to contact a Thargoid in the present era.
Now, it is now 3310, fixing to be 3311. So this was, 7 years ago.
His ship was snatched out of witch space, a process which came to be known as hyperdiction, and subjected to some kind of analysis by a vast 8-sided vessel, organic in nature and clearly reminiscent of the artifacts, barnacles, and organic wreckage. Sayer's ship was easily disabled by the Thargoid, which took no other action than a scan, and then proceeded to rapidly depart using a hitherto unknown form of hyperspace manipulation.
Did you hear that? Thargoid came in, scanned him, said, "Yeah, you ain't got any of our shit. You can go now."
Subsequently, many other vessels reported similar encounters, some reporting that the vessels interacted directly with the barnacles, perhaps for refueling or similar reprovisioning. And so began
Or maybe they were feeding their babies.
the Second Thargoid War. By April of the same year, Thargoid vessels had been implicated in attacks on federal convoys, and their identity had been comprehensively confirmed by Professor Palin, leader of the Palin Institute.
Did you hear that? The feds. The feds. They were literally at war with the feds.
A body created in 3301 to study the aliens. The attack showed that the battlecruiser-class vessels of the Federal Navy were alarmingly vulnerable to Thargoid weaponry. Independent pilots also found their own weaponry to be effectively useless against Thargoid ships, with the Thargoid vessels able to shut down any human craft with some kind of EMP effect. In response, an organisation called Aegis was formed in mid-3303 with a view to developing new offensive and defensive technologies. AX-class weaponry was a result, which has since provided some parity with the Thargoid capabilities. Thargoid vessels appeared to increase in strength and durability in response, with various different types, collectively known as interceptors, being noted. The war became an invasion during this period, as Thargoids took to attacking space station and making inroads in territory claimed by both the Federation and the Empire. Throughout 3304, the Thargoids advanced into human-occupied space, and by the end of the year had come within striking distance of Sol itself. Then, as before, they retreated. The Second War appeared to have spluttered.
Did you hear that? They were heading towards Sol the first time. This was several years ago. Okay? Pay attention to that.
To a halt in an uneasy and unconfirmed truce. Thargoids can still be found in the Pleiades star cluster region, which they appear to consider theirs. Towards the end of 3306, they have also been found to be present in the Coalsack and Witchhead Nebula regions, mounting significant attacks on human installations in the area. Once more,
See, they're just defending their territory.
independent pilots have responded to the assault. It is still not clear what motivates the Thargoids. Their attack on the core worlds ended with no significant tactical gains achieved. Their technological superiority would seem to give them the ability to utterly vanquish humanity, but, fortunately for us, they seem disinclined to do so. They do not appear to have a territory acquisition strategy in the traditional sense, but do seem to focus their attention on regions of nebulosity. It appears they consider various nebulae locations to be significant, for reasons currently unknown. Outside of these areas, they are unlikely to be encountered. In terms of the Thargoids themselves,
Did you hear that? As long as you didn't go mess with them, you're good.
very little is actually known. Information is sparse, and not much has been declassified. What is available suggests the Thargoids bear a resemblance to some Earth insects in overall form.
I do have to say that being interdicted by a Thargoid used to be a lot cooler. Used to look a lot cooler than it does now. You see how cool that looked? Now you don't get that. I don't really get that effect on my screen when I'm getting interdicted. But oh well.
With multi-part bodies, chitinous exoskeletons, and a number of jointed legs and arms. Their chemistry is believed to be carbon-based, but using ammonia as a suspension and circulatory mechanism, rather than water, as in humans.
Okay, so basically they're helping the universe by taking all the ammonia. It's not good for you.
If true, This means that Thargoid physiology will operate at a far lower temperature than would be comfortable for human beings. Ammonia boils at -33 Celsius at 1 bar atmospheric pressure. Normal body temperature for a Thargoid is thus likely to be in the -60 range.
We don't care about this.
They have 6 legs and 2 arms, and are strong enough to dismember a human with only their claws.
What?
They have 6 legs.
What?
One leaked report states that low-caliber weapons do no damage to Thargoids, even at point-blank range. They have 6 legs and 2 arms, and are strong enough to dismember a human with only their claws.
That's right. There have been actual Thargoid. Now you're talking about like basically a Thargoid pilot. Well, they've actually, like, there are Thargoids, like well, you heard them describe them. 6 legs, 2 arms. Yeah, that's right. There is evidence, and there is actual. As a matter of fact, there's a guy who everybody knows. His name is Salvation. Salvation is actually the witch. The witch worked for INRA. I don't know if you guys know all this, but the witch worked for INRA. The witch is the one that was responsible for coming up with the mycoid virus. He was also the one that did the Proteus wave, in case you guys don't know about all that. That's a whole different subject, really. But Salvation is the witch, and, well, they call him Witcher. His last name was Witcherly. We call him the witch. And they had Thargoids on a planet somewhere. I can't remember exactly where the planet's at. But this Thargoid killed a bunch of people, and the witch had scars on him from it. He barely lived to tell the story about it. That's how we know what that is.
Thargoids have been known to congregate in regions where ammonia worlds are common. This is, potentially, a source of optimism for future Thargoid-human relations, if a means to dialogue can be established, as the resources that each race require are, for the most part, incompatible with each other, and should allow both races to coexist without strife or competition.
That's right.
Indeed.
That's right.
This may be the only reason that humanity hasn't already been wiped out.
Tell him, Drew.
Thargoid society appears to be hive-based, perhaps centered around a sacral matriarchal structure, much like Earth insect communities. This may explain how the Thargoids appear to consider individual ships as disposable assets.
Or it's like flowers, how flowers grow together.
They appear to treat individual human vessels in the same manner, but perhaps expect human vessels to act in concert. Our ability to act as individuals may be completely incomprehensible to the Thargoids. As to their longevity, Thargoids have been in space for a very long time indeed. Archaeological research into the vanished civilization known as the Guardians, themselves the subject of an upcoming article, suggests that they were embroiled in a war with the Thargoids, implying the Thargoids have been a spacefaring culture for millions of years. Thargoid vessels, even today, still respond aggressively to the presence of Guardian technology. This, in of itself, is very significant, as it may imply that the Thargoids evolve at a very slow pace, or their evolution has been halted by their own intervention.
Now we have this relic in the Sol system. Us silly humans. We decided to take some ancient relic that we don't really know exactly what it is, and we decided let's just go ahead and bring it on back home, okay? Let's just go ahead and hide it on a Titan. And is that where Titan, is that where that is that why Titan is permit locked? Or not even permit locked, just locked, period.
Thargoid technology is
Is it interesting that it's called Titan?
radically different to that used by humanity. Thargoid vessels and structures appear to be grown rather than built, and are an amalgam of organic and inorganic components. It's quite possible there's a blurred line between what is a Thargoid and what is a Thargoid vessel, with the two not necessarily being distinct from each other. Thargoid ships appear to be able to create and utilize hyperspace wormholes to move about at will within systems, and have never needed to use anything analogous to supercruise.
Yeah, we know
to
that
do
already.
so. The range of Thargoid hyperspace transit is unknown. Being a spacefaring culture for millions of years, this suggests they do not share humanity's need to push outwards and constantly expand. Rumours of a Thargoid homeworld also persist, but have never been substantiated. Further altercations with the Thargoids are likely. We are dealing with an immensely old and vastly more experienced alien intelligence, which does not appear to share much in common with us in terms of understanding, concepts of time or society, desire for dialogue, or overall objectives. They remain an enigma, a brooding menace on the edge of space. Humanity may have been the initial aggressor, and the Thargoids must have very long memories.
There you go. The Thargoids. You heard us. You heard him. You heard it from Drew right there. Now, he is one of the guys, as I'll put it right. Let's go back to this part right here so you know exactly who Drew is. If you don't know who Drew is, let's go back all the way back to the beginning of this here.
My name is Drew Wager, one of the official authors who contributed to the narrative of the game. If you're just starting out and want a guide to the background lore, you've come to the right place.
Now you know who. Now you know where that stuff come from. That wasn't me just pulling shit out my ass. Okay, that's from Drew, and Drew's the man when it comes to elite lore and all that good stuff. Oh man, he does a really. He's got some really good videos on Raxla, the Dark Wheel. He gets into yeah. He quit playing. Well, he played some last year. He played a little bit last year. I wish he'd come back. He's my favorite. But alright, let's get back to... He is the man. So there you go. There is the history of the Thargoids. Now, do I know why they're in Seoul? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows why, to be quite honest with you. But we are the SS Vegan Hunter. PI, are you ready to do this thing? Huh? You coming back? Because here's the deal. Even though these silly freaking people started this shit, here's the deal, PI. Unfortunately, they're still humans. Right? So, I mean, I don't necessarily care for vegans, and I don't necessarily care for florists. But unfortunately, they're one of my kind. And I'm gonna have to stand up for them, I suppose. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, let's say that your little brother, right? Let's say your little sister or your little brother. Let's say they go out there and they do some shit that they really shouldn't do. Okay, they're little assholes. Okay, that's how I look at it. They go out there and they're little assholes and they start some shit, and then some people show up wanting to whoop your little brother's ass, and you're like, yeah, he probably deserves it, but I'm not really gonna be able to let you do that. You see, that's kind of the way I look at it. The Federation is weak. They are so weak right now. If you look at power play, they're weak, bro. And even though I don't really care for their particular brand of doing things, the people that live there, It's not their fault, right? It's not their fault. Let's just say, you know what I mean? It's like it's like in real life, these governments start shit, and the people who live in these countries have to freaking, you know, have to deal with it. When the people, everybody all over the world, we're all based, you know what I mean? We're all part of the damn freaking human fucking race. So that's how I feel about this damn war. Do I really want to take part in it? No, not really. Would I really like to sit back and just watch it burn? Yes. Would I like to just go around freaking collecting all the vegans and all the florists and just loot, just, you know, dropping them off out in space? Yes, I would. But unfortunately, they are humans, PI, and anybody else who's watching right now. So that's why I call upon all individuals who have the ability, the bravery, and the courage to do so, to head for the soul system. Because our brothers and sisters are in danger. And we gotta protect them, even though they're dumbasses. You know, they're just idiots. They're dumbasses. That's what they are. Do they deserve an ass whooping? Yeah, probably. They probably do. But what they haven't expected is for Big Brother to show up. And that's my speech. So PI, you think about what I said. And anybody else watching this, you think about what I said. And then you decide whether or not you want to come help your little brother or your little sister. Thank you and good night. I should end the stream right here. But I'm not gonna. We're gonna go over and hunt us some space flowers. Try to help out the idiots. Because if anybody's gonna end the Fed, it needs to be the Empire. Not the goddamn freaking space, not the bugs, and not the space flowers. No, it needs to be us. If we're gonna end it, if it's gonna end, it should be us that does it. Not some damn freaking space bug from way out west. And that's my reason that I'm gonna help. As soon as I'm done smoking this cigarette. Alright, I'm done. Let's do this thing. Alright. We got the vegan hunter ready to go. We got Zira. Hey, Zira. Zira?
Yes, Commander.
You need to tell PI what you want to do.
I want to go hunt us some vegans, florists, and space flowers.
That's right.
Your ship is released. Please observe speed restrictions upon exiting.
You're a good man, PI. You're a good man. FSD.
Done and done.
Get us out of here.
To infinity and beyond.
Oops. FSD.
You are all clear to follow your predetermined flight path. Please take care on your
FSD.
journey.
Done and done.
Full throttle. Full throttle. Full throttle. Or full speed. Full speed.
Hell yes. Warp speed, here we come.
This is the closest independent spot. I have some bounties I have to pay because number one decided to freaking ram me while I was in the freaking no fire zone. So we got to cruise over here, pay our bounties before we can go back into the Sol system. Go back and watch the beginning of the stream, number one, if you want to catch up. Zira,
Yes, Commander.
get us out of here.
Onward to a galaxy far, far away.
Ooh, there's some fighting going on around here. What do you think about that? We don't want a fleet carrier. We need a station. Do 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 do. There's a whole lot of people going to be playing this game today. I saw Ghost Giraffe. I like those guys. Those guys are good. Those guys are fun to watch. I don't know if you guys ever watch Ghost Giraffe, but he's a lot of fun to watch, man. Those guys do some crazy shit. They're always trying to figure out ways to get in trouble. Do 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 do. That doesn't mean I want you to go, leave my stream and go watch them. But if I'm not streaming, I highly suggest checking out some Ghost Giraffe. He is streaming right now, but there's nothing to see there. Move along. Come on back over here. I need you in my I need you in my team. They decided they're going to do a tour of Seoul while it's under attack. See you. I will definitely be watching it later. I'll be going through it, watching them, see what kind of see what kind of crazy shit they got into.
This system is crawling with Thargoids. If we don't push them back, we'll be overrun. Think you can handle it?
What? Boost.
Fast and Furious Cap.
Disengage.
Engines disengaged.
Navigation. Navigation.
Where we headed, Cap?
Next. Next. Great. Azira.
Yes, Commander.
Doesn't look good. I just wanted to pay a damn. I just wanted to pay. Hard points.
Taken care of.
Mode. Fire group. Fire group. Shooting at me. Where you at, you son of a bitch? Come here. I got you now, bitch.
Good to have you on the team. Let's kill some Thargoids.
Fire. Fire mode. Fire mode. Fire group. My bad. Fire group. Fire group. Fire group. Fire group. Fire group. Fire group. engines. Combat.
Shake and bake Ricky Bobby.
Looks like we fended them off, Zero. Navigation.
Where we headed, Captain?
Oh shit, we didn't fend them off. Combat.
Shake and bake Ricky Bobby.
Combat.
Shake and bake Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, I need to have her say some more things besides just that. I keep moving it, and so she'll take me down to combat speed, which is like my most maneuverable. I got a habit of status. Get off my ass, bitches! Now maybe we can land. Navigation.
Where we headed, Captain?
Finally. I can land, but there's no auto docking? Yeah. I don't think we're gonna land here. Yeah, there's some things I need to add for sure. God damn it, wrong button. Where in the hell? There it is. I gotta burn this shit off. Balanced.
Balance restored.
I need backup. I can't take this thing by myself. I cannot fight that. I'm not good enough to fight that thing. He's destroyed everybody. I gotta get out of here, man. I've done all I can do. If I could land, that'd be sweet. Engines. Engines. Damn. Hard points.
Taken care of.
FSD.
Done and done. Oh, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble.
Let's get out of that area. There's nowhere to land here. Okay, wise is not wise. It's not wise to go to wise. Let's try. It seems to be. Nah, maybe we don't want to go there. What about here? We're going there. OMG. Becky. Zira.
Yes, Commander.
Get us out of here.
Onward to a galaxy far, far away.
Well, you got to hunt you some bugs, Zira. We're going back. That was wise, by the way, if you want to go fight them. If you want to go save Yamakaze Landing. I'm in good with the dark wheel. Some say the dark wheel is responsible for all this crazy shit. Some say. I need to put a scanner on this thing so I can be able to target subsystems. Or else I'm useless against the bigger bugs. But I don't know what I want to take off, man. I don't really want to take anything off. Navigation.
Where we headed, Cap?
Delacey, India, Delta, India. You must submit a docking request before landing at this port. Access denied. Resubmit request within range of station. Permission authorized. Clear to land at docking bay 26.
I was
You are
within
approved for
range.
automated docking.
Yo, Vegan Hunter took some damage, boy. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna like not repair the paint. And I'm gonna get a good look at what the paint looks like. See if we got any scars.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't scouts.
Confirmed contact. Perform landing checklist. You are most welcome, Commander.
As you can see, I've done some missions for the dock wheel. Just want to see if he had any kind of Thargoid related stuff to do. $375 credits, number one. 375 credits was keeping me from being able to rearm and shit in Seoul. We got anything here? Oh yeah.
Incoming message.
I lose 18% if I turn it in here? I wish you would have told me that before I did it. It's alright, I'll pay the dark wheel 18%. I'm alright with that.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Oh, my paint's only at 99%? I bet there's not even barely a scratch. Is there even any scratches? The lighting's pretty shitty here. Can't really see real well. Oh, one thing. Stretch our legs a little bit. Go get us some space grubs. I pretty much live on space grubs and double tall crown and cokes. Howdy, girls.
Long or neat, over ice or with a splash of
Anybody
water.
want to party? I got about
However you enjoy your bourbon,
10
be
minutes
sure
to blow your
it's indie
mind.
bourbon.
Let me know. I'll be at the
Here's to
bar.
the future. Indie bourbon.
Job? You're not too fussy. I could have just the one for you.
Yeah, why don't you shut your mouth, boy? I'm here for two things, bourbon and booty.
Looking for something, Commander?
What up, girl? Yeah, give me some of them space grubs, double tall, crown and coke, no ice. I'll be sitting right over there. Thank you.
You look like someone who can handle themselves. Are you looking for work?
No. Fuck off. Yeah. Alright, PI. I am taking me. We're an hour and 35 minutes in. Taking me a quick cig break. Get up out of this chair, stretch a little bit, rest my eyes. Because if I don't, it's going to be long. It's going to be a long day. I plan on doing this for quite a while. I will have to take a break for a couple hours today. You know, I realized that I don't necessarily have to go to Seoul to even fight the bugs. We're doing our part out here outside of Seoul. We're fighting our way in. Holy shit. I guess number one made it. Number one, you made it. Mars High is still operational. So that's a good thing. I think there's some other ones that are operational, but I can't remember. I had to look at the briefing. We were sent a briefing. Do 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 do. How come there's no music playing on the jukebox? That's what I want to know. It's probably because I'm in streamer mode. Can't fight these Thargoids. They're too powerful. You gotta you gotta freaking pretend like you're a jet fighter pilot. Number one. You gotta go and do flybys. Do what you can
I've got a
and then get
job,
out.
but it could get messy. Interested?
Nope. I got freaking space flowers to hunt, buddy.
I can relate. In my current line of work, it's not easy to switch.
Commander.
I know I need some coffee, but I'm out. I'm out of coffee. I'm out of soda. Right now I'm sipping on a big old glass of water. It's better for me anyway. Looking good, vegan. Looking good, vegan hunter. You can fight outside the bubble or outside of Seoul. I haven't really felt like I've needed this too much. Doesn't seem to work very good. If only I could engineer this to have more ammo. Because I don't really want to get rid of. See, that's 1,000 meters. This is 2,000 meters. But I've got to have it. I've got to have it. I guess what I could do is use that. See, I need 5. I need 5 damn utility mounts. That's what I need. I need a caustic sink. If I got the caustic sink, then I could... Now this is working pretty good. It burns it off and doesn't burn me up. So realistically... I can get rid of one of these. I can't get this to work very well, but I really should probably just take this off. I can't get it to work very well anyway. And they don't seem to be... I gotta have this though. I'm gonna be here in 7 minutes. So what we're gonna do, well, we're waiting for that 7 minutes. $750 light years. Number one, I guarantee you it's closer than that. Go to Inara. INARA. So by the way, that all that stuff that was about the Thargoids earlier at the beginning of the stream, that was from 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Welcome to the...
Let's go and watch the second part that was created 11 months ago, where he did another little episode of
Dangerous Universe, Commander. Mine who contributed to the narrative of the game. This is the ongoing lore. During 3304, new variants of Thargoid ships were encountered, each one more powerful than the last. Named Scouts, Cyclops, Basilisks and Medusae by independent pilots, the arrival of these new types of craft appeared to indicate that the Thargoids were either bringing increasingly powerful ships into the conflict or adapting their craft to counter human aggression. As was previously reported, the Thargoids appeared to consider the Pleiades star cluster their own territory, and attacks on human vessels within this area increased in pitch and intensity. As the year progressed, it became obvious that the Thargoids were not limiting themselves to the Pleiades, and Thargoid vessels were noted moving closer to the core worlds of humanity. With the Pleiades area effectively annexed, more attacks took place, and finally the Aratus system, on the edge of human civilization, was decimated in one such attack. In response, the anti-Xeno organization Aegis deployed an array of 6 installations collectively called Eagle Eye in an attempt to determine the next attack location and coordinate efforts to fend off the Thargoids. The potential locations were broadcast to independent pilots in the bid to ensure that sufficient human forces could be deployed to fend off the increasingly aggressive Thargoid attacks. On August the 28th, the Pilots Federation permit-locked parts of the Cone sector of the galaxy, as it was believed to contain large numbers of newly discovered Thargoid warships, larger than all other variants seen to date. This particular type, named Hydra, was considered extremely dangerous and difficult to counter even with highly armed human vessels. The area was also referenced in Eagle Eye communications, suggesting the Thargoids were active in the region.
Yeah, that's right.
On September the 6th, the Knossos, a megaship owned by the Cannon Interstellar Research Group, and carrying a vessel complement consisting of mostly lightly armed exploration vessels, attempted a long-range hyperspace jump into a specific system in the
Cannon, aka jerks. The big old peepees. Not all of them, but Sovereign is one.
Cone sector where permit locks did not apply. The jump was interrupted by a Thargoid attack, with the megaship being hyperdicted in transit. The Knossos was crippled as a result. Pilots aboard reported that many explorers were killed when trying to launch from the Knossos, as Hydra vessels immediately targeted and destroyed them. The Knossos was sufficiently repaired to flee from the Cone sector a few weeks later.
You ain't as cool as you thought you were, are you, Cannon?
In 3305, another variant of the Thargoid was seen. This one, named Orthrus, did not engage in combat and immediately withdrew when human vessels encountered them, leading to speculation that it was some kind of reconnaissance vessel. For the next 2 years, the conflict with the Thargoids continued around the borders of the core worlds. Human pilots generally gave as good as they got, and as ever, the Thargoids' end goal remained obscure. Yet the year 3307 would see a dramatic escalation in the conflict with this enigmatic alien race.
Part 3. I didn't know there was a part 3.
Welcome to the Elite Dangerous Universe, Commander.
Let's see.
If you want a guide to there's the ongoing lore. The Eagle Eye network proved unreliable, and amidst growing internal galactic political tension, the Aegis-owned megaship Alexandria, which was carrying a large quantity of Guardian technology, disappeared whilst attempting a hyperspace jump, whilst fleeing from Thargoid forces.
I think that you can actually go find this ship if you wanted to go look for it. I think it's out there. I think. See what he has to say about it.
It was speculated that the acquisition of such a large quantity of Guardian tech had drawn the attention of the Thargoids and caused the Alexandria's demise. This resulted in a public inquiry, the conclusion of which was the effective crippling of Aegis.
You hear that? Aegis, which is federal.
In late 3307, an individual identifying themselves only as Salvation claimed that the Thargoids would attack the Cornsar system, but the report was ignored as it was believed the system held no strategic significance.
Salvation is Wycherley, which was the guy who originally created the mycoid virus that destroyed the Thargoids way back when, or not destroyed them, but pushed them out of the area.
Days later, the Thargoids completely overwhelmed the system's defense forces. Despite this overwhelming victory, the Thargoids abandoned the system within days, and independent pilots reported that dozens of crashed Thargoid vessels could be found scattered across the system's planets. Salvation made another broadcast, claiming that this was the result of an anti-Xeno doomsday device, which cleared the system in a single stroke.
It's called the Proteus wave.
The effect was replicated in further systems. The reaction to this apparent turning of the tide against the Thargoids further influenced public opinion against the failing Aegis organization. Stellar political funding was shifted from Aegis to Salvation's corporate partner, Azimuth Biochemicals, in a bid to create anti-Xeno defense capability across the Federation, the Empire, and the Alliance.
Yeah, so you guys can look up Azimuth. There's a really good video about the Azimuth saga. It is done by there it is right there. Galnet News Digest does a really good 60-minute video about Azimuth. If you want to look at that, it's good stuff if you want to know about it.
Something interesting for you.
Known engineer Ram Tar had reservations, revealing that he had information that connected Azimuth Biochemicals with the previously defunct INRA. It transpired that Azimuth Biochemicals had been a subcontractor, helping to develop the original mycoid virus, the genocidal weapon used to attack the Thargoids several decades before.
That's right.
Azimuth Biochemicals were also linked to the disappearance of the Alexandria and the alleged theft of its cargo, the consignment of Guardian technology. Azimuth were also implicated in reports of experimentation on live subjects and captured Thargoid vessels.
That's right.
Representatives of Aegis made formal protests to the Federation, the Empire, and the Alliance, but their deputations failed to make an impact, and as the new year of 3308 dawned, Aegis was formally closed down. The superpowers, desperate for a solution to the Thargoid menace, turned a blind eye to the ethics of Azimuth Biochemicals and its shadowy representative, Salvation.
To all,
You heard that. You heard that. Everybody turned a blind eye. Everybody just ignored it.
humankind.
Salvation's approach was deemed to be strategically effective, and Azimuth Biotech, the freshly laundered brand of Azimuth Biochemicals, was given access to vast resources from the three major superpowers and several major corporations, including the Sirius Corporation.
You can find that video of Salvation talking. It's pretty cool.
Against a backlash of public outcry over the methods being employed. During 3308, Salvation developed the Proteus Wave superweapon, named after the derelict Azimuth Biotech Anaconda vessel Proteus, which had been discovered in the previous year.
Victory is delivered.
By midway through the year, the weapon was ready to be tested, and the HIP 22460 system was determined as a suitable location.
You can go check that out too. HIP 22460.
The intention
Write it down.
behind the test was to cripple or destroy all Thargoid vessels within the system.
Initiate countdown sequence.
The first deployment was scheduled for August the 9th, 3308.
Which was over 2 years ago. Oh, we got a part 4.
Name is Drew Wager,
Hi,
one
Drew.
of the Thargoids. The initial detonation of the Proteus wave appeared successful, with all Thargoid vessels within the system being paralyzed within seconds. However, a few moments later, an energy surge within the Proteus wave site was detected, with a Thargoid energy signature. Another detonation occurred, disabling human technology and reinvigorating the Thargoids. Guardian technology within the system was also destroyed at the same time. The human fleet within the system was eradicated shortly afterwards. Salvation himself was presumed dead, along with all his technical staff. A major and poorly understood anomaly remains on the surface of Moon 10B in the HIP 22460 system.
So you can go check that out. Now, some say that Salvation actually lived.
The environment remains hostile, with any vessel entering the system facing severe degradation of its systems in short order. The coordinated defense organized between the Federation, the Empire, and the Alliance fell into disarray as a result. In late 3308, a curious phenomenon was observed approaching the core worlds at supralight speeds. Eventually, a total of 8 of these anomalies were sighted, moving towards human-occupied space. Dubbed Thargoids in the popular press, these anomalies appeared to be vast balls of gas or plasma. The first one to arrive in the vicinity of the core world was named Tyrannus. Upon arrival, it was confirmed to be Thargoid in origin, deploying a vast fleet of Thargoid vessels and destroying starports, settlements, ships, and stations at the cost of millions of lives. Tyrannus was revealed to be a caustic nebula, with its core inaccessible to human vessels due to some kind of repulsive field. Any human vessels attempting to penetrate the nebula were attacked without warning. Now known as maelstroms, the 8 anomalies arrived at the core worlds by the end of 3308, allowing the Thargoids to conquer surrounding systems and establishing a firm beachhead around humanity's core worlds.
By the way, number 1, you can fight these on planets. All right, and it's going to be like smaller ships, I think, on the planets. If you wanted to fight, there's lots of places you can fight. Just so you know, we'll have to figure out our best options and do our part. That's all we can do. We can only do our part.
In 3309, against a background of increasing desperation, Aegis was reformed by the Federation, the Empire, and the Alliance. New technologies were developed to allow ships to penetrate the maelstroms. And throughout 3309, attempts continued to be made, but the Thargoids continued their invasion, subjugating hundreds of systems, with humanity beaten back every time. Further technology was trialed, which allowed ships to finally penetrate to the heart of the maelstroms. Within lie vast Thargoid vessels known as Titans, a mothership class acting as a command and control facility. New classes of small but highly maneuverable Thargoid vessels, known as Hunters, were first seen defending the Titans from human attack. During late 3309, curious growths known as barnacle matrices.
I've been to one of these sites after it was shut down. These things are freaking huge, dude. You don't even realize how big they are. They're gigantic. You could land on one of these, and you were like a little speck on one of these little arms right here. And you could jump around. It was pretty wicked. I think there's still some sites that you can actually check out.
Were reported on worlds near to the maelstroms. Within days, these grew into vast structures estimated to be almost 6 kilometers tall, known as spires. Protected by drones, these appear to be some kind of joint mining or refinery artifact, though their precise purpose remains unclear. As we enter 3310, the Thargoids' capabilities appear overwhelming and their intentions as ambiguous as ever, with humanity fighting an increasingly desperate battle to maintain its own territory. Salvation's cataclysmic failure seems to have only fanned the flames of war to a fevered pitch, with the Thargoids now unremittingly hostile to all vessels, armed or not. Whilst some victories have been achieved, notably the reclamation of systems around the Tyrannus Maelstrom and the recovery of human subjects captured by the Thargoids and held aboard the Titans, the future of humanity stands on the knife edge. Will continued investment in technology provide humanity with enough capability to force the Thargoids back? Will the human abductees many of whom are trying to return to their previous lives, develop unforeseen side effects of their experiences.
Yeah, that's
Will the
right.
nature and purpose of the spires be revealed?
Nope, never
And
has.
what does all this mean for humanity at large? Only time will tell.
And this was from 10 months ago. And there you go. That's pretty much all the history of the Thargoids up to this point, really. Now our thing should be here. Think we're gonna get rid of this. No, not that. We're gonna get rid of this. And we're gonna add this. Now we should be able to scan them. And that should allow us to target the hearts and stuff like that. I like how my missile rack just fires at will. I don't even have to. Ooh, there was another thing I meant to do. Damn it. Another thing I meant to do. I don't think these pulse lasers are doing anything. You think these pulse lasers are actually doing anything to these? Because I don't think they are. So I think what we have to do is get rid of this. Bring this over here. I didn't think so. I should have some class 2. I should have some class 2 multi-cannons. But they must be on the bug. Which means we gotta go back. They're not on the bug. Maybe I put them on the Viper. Maybe I put them on the cock. There you go, number 1. PI found you some spot. Well, we gotta go back to looting. The thing is, can you equip those modules without having the without actually having unlocked them? I thought you had to unlock them with the engineers. If you can equip them without having to engineer them, I'm on the way. My understanding is that you had to. Because if that's the case, I'll travel over there in the bug. Balanced.
Balance restored.
Clear of station perimeter. Have a safe journey.
FSD.
Done and done.
Get us out of here.
Onward to a galaxy far, far away.
If you go to Inara #1 and just type in Guardian, go up to where you can select Guardian stuff, it'll show you the closest one to your location. I'm glad I moved all this stuff over here. It makes it so handy.
India, Delta, India. Please comply with all Imperial dictates while docking at this facility. Approval is granted. Please head directly to docking bay 05. We are ready to engage the automatic docking system.
Discord #1. PI, I'm gonna send you an invite. I'm gonna send you an invite to the Rogue Nation. Let me create you one here real quick. You've been in chat quite a bit. You have been invited. You have been invited to the Rogue Nation, PI.
Landing safely completed. Commencing offload. Welcome to the facility, Commander.
Alright. Now, let's see. Oh, I already know. I'm going to have to sell my limpets. It's so dumb. I got to sell limpets. Just so I can switch ships. Why would the limpets not stay on my ship? I think that I have... I think I put my class 2s on this. Because I know I have some. Tell me I have class 2. Yes, I do. Nope. God damn it. Ah. Cannot believe I just did that. I think that... Which ship is closer? That is 42 light years away. This is only 27. We're going there. And hopefully they have what we want. There should be like a confirmation of are you sure you want to? I mean, of all the spots, right? They'll give you a confirmation of, are you sure you want to exit the game?
Landing restraints released. You may leave when ready.
Oh, I'm leaving, HG. You know? They ask you to confirm that you want to actually exit the game, but you can just sell something that is a million miles away to go rebuy it. Some bullshit, number one.
Scan detected.
FSD.
Done and done.
You have cleared.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, come on. I ain't got no time for you. Engines. We're not gonna make it. Son of a bitch. Cardoom. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, that didn't work out so good for us. It's at the beginning of the stream. We did some history of the Thargoids at the beginning. If you want to check it out. And then we did a little bit more here just not too long ago back in the stream. I don't want to redeploy here, but I guess I have to. Damn. At least I made it out alive. Somehow. Hey, Levi the Gamer. You know, just throw on some, speaking of which, I need to add some limpets. All that, just simply because
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
maybe we should go. Oh, should we try to go back there again? There were 4 of them. I don't think we're going that way. I think we're going to go this way. All this because we sold a damn freaking something we didn't need to sell. Like a dumbass. Let's see if we can go this way.
Your ship is released. Be careful to observe restrictions when leaving the station.
Although I was having pretty good luck just having it fire at will. FSD.
Done and done.
Facility boundary exceeded. Have a good trip, Commander.
Zira.
Yes, Commander.
Get us out of here.
Onward to a galaxy far, far away.
Zira.
Yes, Commander.
Try to avoid Thargoids, would you? We had a bunch of good data on us too, man. Bunch of good data. Got murdered by 4 goddamn space flowers. Get us out of here.
Onward to a galaxy far, far away.
I had about 1 million pull up, Zero. I've went to, speaking of Guardian sites, I've been to a couple of them. I haven't been to all of them. But I've been to a couple of them. I've been to the, see, Jameson Memorial is, named after Commander Jameson. And Commander Jameson is the one who released the mycoid virus. If you don't know that, so you can go land on the planet where his ship crashed, and actually listen to his last transmissions. I've been there. I've been to some Spire sites. But I haven't collected any Guardian tech. At all. Yeah, they're a little ways out there. Not too bad, though. I took my bug. She can jump. The old Diamondback Explorer. If you put a bunch of light stuff on her and a good frame shift drive, she can jump way the hell out there. Yeah, thermal vent that'll keep you cold. That's not a bad idea, PI. Oh. Come all the way over here. Lost 7 million. This damn freaking mistake literally cost me about 10 million credits. Just because I sold. Well, so far 7. I got that money back, so I guess only about 7 million. But still. At least they rescued me. At least I didn't get eaten by the damn Thargoids. Although this is just further proves that the Thargoids don't eat people.
Landing gear deployed.
They blow up your ship, but they ain't never freaking... I ejected. As long as you eject, they just leave you alone, let you get rescued. I guess sometimes they kidnap some people.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
I sure hope you have what I want. I thought about doing this. Hmm? Son of a bitch. I forgot to add that. And I'm not waiting for another one, so I'm just gonna spend 2 million. Fuck it. I could do all missiles. I could just do all missiles. Turreted missiles, and then add some of these on the bottom. Damage fall off is at 2,000 meters. I could add a torpedo launcher. 64 ammo. Disrupt Titan heat vents. We ain't gotta worry about no Titans right now. That's right. Now we're talking. That's what I'm talking about. One big one in the middle, two missile racks firing at will, and these. Yeah, they cost they cost a lot. You just watched me. I just lost freaking 16 million credits just like that. I don't know if they're worth the price. I mean, I think I can do one pass on a scout and he's done. And I've done quite a bit of damage on. Hell, I use these things against damn PVE ships, NPCs. Oh yeah.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Friendship drive charging. They weren't that much. They weren't any really that much more than the freaking multi cannons. But I can tell you one thing. They work real well. The great thing about them is I don't have to concentrate on I don't have to concentrate on shooting them. I should, however, probably make it to where they just fire at my target only. Do 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 do. If you're interested in joining the war with us, you're more than welcome to. If you're watching and you're new and all that stuff, that's okay. Because so are we. We're just here to go back and watch the beginning of the live stream. And you like what you see, or you like what you hear, you get a little history of Thargoids. And then I gave a good speech at the end of it. Because we need everybody. I'm not going to go into a big, huge, long speech again. But the concept is our brothers and sisters are getting picked on. Even though, look, we're all family, right? Even though sometimes you don't like your family. You know, it's not the people who live in the Fed. It's not the people who live in Fed-controlled territory. It's not their fault. So, even though sometimes you don't like your family, we're still one big family. And some members of our family are getting picked on. And that ain't cool. What is cool is that this hub is right here when I come out of the freaking my jump. Tell them, PI. That's right. Do we need all the miners, all the explorers, you know, all the bounty hunters? Today, we unite. We become warriors for humanity. And you can do your part, by the way. You can come rescue people. There are, if you're a space trucker, we need supplies. If you're a miner, there's a lot of stuff to be picked up out there in space. We need to collect it. Throw you some hull stuff on. Throw you a ECM jammer. I'm cruising around in my bug with no weapons on. You don't even need no weapons to go exploring. You just got to be able to outrun them. That's all. You just got to be able to escape them. Not necessarily outrun them. Put some hull reinforcement on. I mean, I'm trying to fight them, so. But in my bug, when I was just hauling out vegans and florists.
India, Delta, India. You are approaching an Imperial facility. Please comply with all dictates and procedures. Permission granted. We have prepared for your arrival on pad 4-1. We are ready to engage the automatic docking system.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, people may have screwed up, people may have made mistakes. This is true. I'm not denying this. It is obvious that I talked about it at the beginning of the live stream. And a couple other spots. But regardless...
Touchdown confirmed. You may alight when ready. Welcome to the facility, Commander.
Tell him, PI. You know, you can we can jump in Discord if you want, and you can be my co-host. I'm good with that. I enjoy co-hosts. But what I want to do real quick is get everything over here. Let's go to outfitting, stored modules. Let's move this. Let's move this. Because this is our home base. Right, meow. I don't care about beam lasers. I don't care about that. That's stored here. That's good. That's stored here. That's good. I don't care about that. Probably should get that out of Soul just in case. That's here. Here. Let's go ahead and get one of these brought over. I don't care about that. 1G. You know what? Maybe we'll bring over some. Nah, we ain't fucking with that. We don't need that. We don't need to change up power plants. You gotta worry about those. Alright, that's everything. Now let us Oh yeah. That's okay, man. This is a 18 plus stream. I have it literally on like that. What I'm gonna do is I need to take a small break. I've got to make a couple phone calls. It's noon. Got to make a couple phone calls. I'm gonna run to the store and grab something to drink. Grab some coffee. Grab some soda. I'm gonna grab some food while I'm out. Grab me a pack of cigs while I'm out. And then I'll be back to make this happen. And I don't even know if I'm going to end the live stream. I'll tell you what, PI. If you want to jump in Discord, I'll keep the live stream going.
I can barely remember a time.
You can share your screen. And
like yesterday.
We can go from there. You want to do that? And then I don't even have to end the live stream. Because I'm only going to be gone for about 30 minutes. If you don't want to do it, then I'll just end the live stream and start up one later. It is completely up to you.
A wide range of services is available at this point. Please check the terminals for further information.
Alright. Then I'm going to end the stream here. And then we'll fire up another one. Works for me. So let's say DJ DMG 4707. Thank you for stopping in. Rob was here. PI was here, of course. Number one was here.
I need a courier, like yesterday.
Let's see who else we got up in here. Cardoom was here. Levi the Gamer was here. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Yep, I think that's everybody. Alright, we're going to end it here. I'll be back. We should be back on in about an hour. At the most. Until then, I need you guys to be hunting some vegans and some florists and some space flowers for humanity. And we'll catch you in the next stream.
Do you have the time to do some transport work? Please.